different. Ow, ow. Lemon, you're pushing on my... Ow! Ow! That's not nice. Ow, ow, Lemon. Lemon, what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, I am going to try to see if notifications went out. That was really weird. I wonder why that startup screen was like that. Yep, here it is. Let's see. I don't know that a notification... Ow! Ow! Golly! You'd think I'd never done this before. Bless you! I can look at notification. Ow. Oh, bless you! Yeah, mine went out. Okay. Oh my goodness gracious. So hopefully we'll see if a few people show up. Yeah, just halfway. No, no, because they'll want to come in here. Nuh-uh. Don't, Samantha. Oh, golly day. Now I need to go to Dark Moon Fair. I don't want this setting on that either. Let's see if this works still. Maybe, maybe not. See how many things they've broken since they changed stuff. I need to move that like that. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's working. I might have to go and reset those things. Shh. See if I can.
You need something?
Yeah, I want to go to Dark Moon Fair, and I'm gonna see if I can check on Nightbot and see if it's still linked. Allow. Let's see. Commands. Yeah, everything is still there. Let's see. What is that? No. 1-4. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, it looks like it should be working, but I don't know why it's not. Regular. Integration. Um. interesting. Looks like it should be connected. Alright, let's go get these quests done so I can start trying to do a mount run. So obviously there's been a lot going on with me. I have not been on for over a month now. My son graduated from Marine boot camp and he came home, and we were lucky enough to be able to get to keep him until January 3rd. He actually left on the 2nd, but he had to report in on the 3rd. So that's pretty much where I have been. Spending a ton of time with him because we're not sure when the next time we're going to be able to get to visit with him will be. Because he is in another training session right now. And the day he left, we went and adopted a new, I hesitate to use the word puppy, but she is not quite a year old. She acts like quite a puppy, so I guess we'll call her a puppy. And her name is Skylar. And we got her so that she could be a playmate for Lemon. And that seems to be working out really well now. They're tearing up toys together. And I'm trying to think of what else is. There's been so much going on. I got a new vehicle. I got a Jeep Wrangler. And let's see. Oh, I think that one's over there behind the thing. But I've pretty much been spending time with family, especially when my son was home. He was running me all over the place. We tried all kinds of new places to eat, and he was very hungry for some decent food, so that we celebrated his birthday because he was in boot camp for his birthday, and so hopefully I can get back into some sort of more normalized schedule. I need to go and buy that. So I'm hoping that this year I can actually get some sort of minor schedule made. I'm going to try to keep that posted in Discord, so hopefully everybody will join the Discord because that is the absolute best place to get a hold of me. I know I apologize for that. Dogs get a little rambunctious. And Discord is kind of my focal point.
What can I help you with?
Outside of YouTube, so I don't get a lot of time to check my regular email, much less channel email. So I highly recommend everybody join the Discord. And the Discord can be found in the About tab on the channel. So can other means of reaching me, but Discord, private messaging, or messaging in channels is the absolute best way to get me because I get pop-ups on my phone, which will at least let me know I need to check it. So usually at lunch or whatever, I'll check it. I about halfway through listening to the Groves case, I finally got caught up listening to all of Carolyn's lives from the past month that I've been pretty much AWOL, and very sad case. I do know that they did give the verdict yesterday. I was pretty pleased with that. It's a very sad, sad case. I'm hoping to be doing a lot more true crime. Actually hoping that I can do a live every Saturday that is some sort of discussion of true crime. So we'll see how that works out. My daughter's been sick all week, so that's it kind of put a dampering on me getting back into doing live sooner than this. But it'll all work out. And I know that YouTube's been making some more changes, which is fine. Not sure what they all are yet, but we'll deal with them as they happen. Let's see. I think I'm done with this one. Dark Moon Fair. Oh my gosh, 15 seconds. Come on. I don't know why they don't let us log out quicker than this. Like maybe we change our mind. So it takes us 20 seconds to decide if we're going to change our mind or not and go, oh no, we don't really want to log out of that character. Kind of crazy. Oh, I didn't change my. I also got a brand new monitor, so I am looking at as I'm playing the game on the big monitor instead of having the game here and YouTube over here. I have YouTube over here, and I have, well, Streamlabs, and I have my game over here because it's much bigger screen. Much. It's 32 inch. 32, 27. Maybe it's 27. 27-inch screen. Helps my old eyes see a whole lot better. I guess I should have probably. Da 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 da. I should have probably announced that I went live in Discord. And okay, this one is a mage. Yeah, my new monitor's making me have to kind of redo some of my settings because it's much larger. So when it auto-sized itself, it kind of went a little wonky. And I have not logged into these Alliance tunes in quite some time. That looks good, I think, for now. Well, hi, Mr. Snowman. We are going to the Dark Moon Fair. I want to get my professions upped as quickly as possible. Do the happy dance, Mr. Panda Man. So I hope everybody has had a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays and Happy New Year, and I hope everything's going well. It's going pretty good for me so far. I can't really complain. Although, getting a heck of a lot of rain right now, and it was like almost 60 degrees yesterday, so very much craziness going on, and it's supposed to be winter time. Oh, I guess I don't have these set up right on this side. Guess I really haven't played the Alliance for a while. Greetings and
Bye.
salutations. Let's see. Am I gonna? What cooking is this? Cookie. This is just no. This Broken Isles. I don't know.
King's honor, friend.
I might buy some just in
Be
case.
careful.
I should be able to do the cooking quest. I'm thinking. Well, I sure hope notifications went out and everybody probably went, "What? She hadn't been on him forever." Oh well. It's true. I haven't been on forever, but I needed the break. I needed the break. I needed to spend the time with my son, who got he got picked up for his training on Tuesday. Tuesday. I don't think I'll be able to hear from him until next weekend. I think that's when they said they'll be able to earn their first Liberty Day or Liberty Time to be able to get their phones back and call us. But this stint is only 29 days, so then he goes on to his actual schooling for his job,
Ah, I've been expecting you.
which I'm hoping will either be in a really cool place or a really
Enemy
close place. I would shoot for really close, then I'll be able to visit him more often over the summer. Why do I have skinning? I have tailoring, that's why I have skinning on this one. I wonder if that'll work yet. I'll try it again. I might have to unhook and hook it back up, because whatever YouTube might have done might have messed up my bot's connection, which kind of sucks. Crunchy frog. Oh, I should have went into that. That's what I should
Greetings.
have done. Greetings. You have such a very deep voice.
I'm listening.
He who never forgets. Guess that's an interesting. I don't. Do I have any? Nope. Next. 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 Right. Next. Oh my gosh. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up. I think one of the other things that I was thinking about probably yesterday and the day before is I think it would be really nice if more YouTubers would be willing to I mean, I've seen a few YouTubers where, like, at the end of their videos, they'll kind of, you know, plug another YouTuber in their genre of videos that they do. So, for instance, like, World of Warcraft YouTuber, picking out of the very many other World of Warcraft YouTubers and kind of giving them a plug. And I was thinking, and then there's other YouTubers, they sit there and somebody will give them a super chat or a donation, and they'll, oh yeah, and by the way, they have a channel. Go and visit them. It's all well and good. That's great. I just think that maybe more YouTubers should be more willing to. I, I hesitate to say be more supportive, but I'm not sure how else to express it other than to be more supportive to other creators that are in their like circle of friends. For instance, I mean, I always like plug Casbad and Loopy Lisa, and I talk about Carolyn, which is Mommy Ramblings. Those are three channels I frequent like often, very often, and I have no problem plugging them. I know that they have much bigger channels than I do, and it's slim but possible that I have people that are subscribed to my channel that are not subscribed to them and might hear me mention them and go, "Oh, I should go check them out." Um, but I think that, and I've also heard some YouTubers express that they don't do that. One, because God forbid if some kind of controversy came up over that particular,
Well met.
they mention in another channel,
Farewell.
and something happens, um, some kind of you know either they do something bad or somebody perceives they did something bad, and they
I
decide
buy
to
and
start some
trade it.
kind of channel war.
Light blessing.
Um, they don't want to be mixed up with that, but I think it does not matter because if you're friends with another creator and a channel that's trying to cause trouble for you or that other creator, they're gonna know that you're associated with them regardless. And oh, I think somebody's whining at the door. I know I told her only to close that door halfway, but she didn't do that. So I am going to open the door a little bit because I'm not sure which dog it is. Oh, of course, it's Lemon. Oh, 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 okay. 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 Oh, everybody's coming in here. Okay. Everybody wants to get on camera. Okay. Okay. Everybody except Gizmo. Gizmo walked in and walked out. No, Gizmo's over here. You're not getting up on camera though, huh? Okay. You being a good boy out there? Yeah? Okay. Well, I have to get my feet underneath the blanket because my feet are cold. So I guess we're gonna do that. And I'll resituate here after you guys just wanted to come in because the door was closed, evidently. Okay. Anyway, what I was saying is I think that you, regardless
How do you
of
do it,
people mentioning names or channels, I think that people generally, if you're being honest with your audience, they know who you associate with. They know who you channels that you frequent,
Yes.
particularly if they're frequenting those same channels. And I would like to think that, it's okay to say that, yes, I associate with this, person who happens to run another channel. And, uh, maybe be willing to take some flack for that. Um, I think there's a lot. I don't really want to say a lot, but there are certainly enough YouTubers that kind of get into this selfish mode of um, they're so worried about losing one subscriber or follower or member of their audience that they are not willing to, like, oh yeah, I'm friends with so and so, or you know, even to possibly get with
Hey.
other creators and do collabs. Um, there is
Listen.
always a risk uh, when you're collaborating with another YouTuber that, obviously something could go wrong, or some of your people could go, oh, I don't like that other YouTuber. There's always that kind of thing that can go on. But I think that, I don't know, kind of, it's your channel. You do what you want. Um, if the people who are following you because they like you, they enjoy what you do, they're interested in your life or whatever it is that you're sharing with them, it shouldn't matter if, well, okay, maybe you do one video with somebody they don't like. And if you lose them, well, you were probably going to lose them at some point anyway. It kind of seems a little harsh, but I kind of feel that way. And so I'm hoping that
What's beyond your mind?
with all the problems with, YouTube and the changes that they're making, that they've already made, and you've got some creators are, oh my gosh, this sky is falling, and other ones like, oh, you got nothing to worry about, don't worry about it. I mean, obviously, both extremes is wrong. You do need to make sure that you're in a healthy position to deal with whatever changes YouTube makes, or be able to adapt your channel to them if they suddenly do away with the way you've been doing things, or, for instance, take away, if your stuff is kid friendly, and, now you realize you can't have a chat, and you can't, have super chats, or you can't, find other ways to get around that. I don't think people should get discouraged. I think it just, you're already creating things. Maybe you just need to get a little more creative. Oh, I should have changed my bobber. I don't have anything picked out for this one. Okay, let's fish now. With a little ducky baba. Yeah, I don't know. I just think that as much as creators get frustrated with YouTube, I would think it would be mutually beneficial, instead of attacking each other, to work together to make the YouTube world a better place to exist. Yes, they need to get rid of all of the hate channels and people who are attacking other people and swatting people and calling CPS on people. But I think the only way that YouTube's going to get extremely involved in that is if um, the rest of the creators push the issue. I think that if all of the creators got together and band together and said, you know, this is what we want, or we're not putting up with this, or at least the huge majority of them, I think they would have to do something about that. You get the rubber ducky bobbers. There are a set of toys that you can get that change your pop. I would suggest looking ahead as I got them all in Legion. I don't know what's going on today. I must be looking extra friendly today or something in the game because it's the second time I've gotten the random message, and usually nobody randomly messages me. You're welcome. Okay. Oh, I have that. So I grabbed that on the way in, so I don't need to go back out, I don't think. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, so we get on the slow moving yak.
Many deals for a friend of the Grummles. He like you.
Many deals for a friend of the Grummel. Let's go turn this in. Should
Ah,
be.
I have just the thing for you. May the eternal
And we
sun
turn this one in.
shine.
That should be the last for this character. Because. Oh, I must be missing.
Well met. We shall meet again.
18 seconds. Yeah, so, it's been interesting because after my son graduated from boot camp and was officially a Marine, I joined some mom groups, mother of Marine groups, um, and I've been watching them post. And there's a couple of things that I see that happens. That one is people are very emotional and they put it all out there in these Facebook groups. I mean, the groups are private and that's all fine and dandy, but you don't really know these people that you're kind of spilling your guts out to. I am I'm not really all about, telling people when I'm upset and, putting that all out there. However, um, when you think about um, all these moms, some of us got to have our sons home for Christmas and some didn't, and some haven't seen their kid for 3 years because they're stationed way overseas, like Japan. Um, kind of makes you think about the fact that some of this stuff really isn't that important. And, you know, channels fighting with each other because this person said this and this person said this is kind of absolutely ridiculous. Yet, when people are digging into people's personal lives and causing them problems and trying to take down their brand and their livelihood, we wouldn't tolerate that in the real world. I'm not sure why we're tolerating it in YouTube. Um, to me, those things are pretty important things. I think those are things that YouTube should be also dealing with. I think that if they sat down with maybe some creators that have had some experience in this, either they were they were attacked, or have been swatted, or had CPS called on them, or all of the other many things that can happen. I think maybe if YouTube sat down with some of them and got their perspective on it, maybe YouTube might realize how this is a serious problem, and maybe they need to do something about it. Because I can't imagine that they're going to go in there and go, okay, here's this huge list of channels, and these are all hate channels, and we're going to wipe them out. I can't imagine that's going to ever happen. It seriously is going to have to be like, one at a time. Okay, this channel, attacked this channel and had them swatted, and their kids were home. And I mean, because getting swatted is actually, people have gotten killed. So it's not safe. It's not safe for anybody other than, I guess, the person making the phone call, if it's not traceable, because they're just sitting there watching it happen, as opposed to the police having to go in and try to figure out what's going on with this fake story they've been given, and the person on the other end, having the police come barging in on them, and they don't know what in the heck is going on, and they might, accidentally make a wrong move, and that'd be the end of it. Oh, the boys must be outside using the restroom. I hear them barking. Well, so it must not be raining. That's good, because I think they said we got like 3.5 inches of rain in the last couple of days. Pretty much need Noah's Ark to get about.
Now, go.
Uh-oh. I don't have... I don't even have any fishing then. Okay. I did not. I did not buy them, Sam. I did not buy them. No, I didn't. That mount's going for 79,000. Well, that's pretty good. Need to get it on the auction house. This is one of the coolest new mounts out there in this expansion. Yeah, I'm trying to. I gotta try to get all my
Light be with you. For the Alliance.
professions and characters up all the way. Next, no, not next year. It's not next year anymore. It's this year. Uh, the new expansion will be coming out, and I've already pre-ordered it. They're making some fairly large changes. I'm really looking forward to. Sound like something. What? Oh, I wonder if that was the door. Uh-oh. Somebody got overly excited. Are you okay? You were rolling in the mud? Come here, baby. Did you get it? Calm down. You got muddy. What did you do? Come here. Come here. Were you pulling on your collar too much? Probably. Well, I told you, you need to put the harness on him. Put the harness on him right now, and that stuff will stop. Because whatever he's done now, he's all not stopping. So put his harness on him. I told you, first thing in the morning, the harness should be going on him. I don't know what nobody listens to anything. Lemon. Lemon, come here. Come here. I know. It's alright. Just calm down. Okay. I don't know why you're all muddy, though. That is nasty. Now I'm going to have them get his harness on him. Oh, now everybody's going to get you to watch you chase him down. Oh, boy. Like, I think he would rip his head off with the collar rather than, if you just put the harness on him, they don't have that problem. Don't try to do that in here, please. Go out there. Goodness gracious. I don't forget where I'm at. Whoops.
Ah, I have just the thing for you. We'll be at your back.
Oh, that might have been the only one. 20 seconds. Yeah, the whole reason of buying a harness for a dog is so they don't do that to themselves, and then he, never puts it on him. Makes no sense to me. That's why you have to chase him down every time you try to put it on him, because if it was put on him every day, he wouldn't have that problem. Oh, I got a few more on this side before I can start mount hunting. I did do time walking last week and got a few good pieces of gear. Come on, come on, come on. Why are you taking so long to load? It's just the garrison. Unless they're having problems loading the garrisons. Oh, I should be picking up the mail. I keep forgetting because I don't think I picked up the anniversary thing in any of these. Oh, I didn't pick up my resources. Resources. I should be picking those up too. Oh, I need to log back into this character and go, hey, J-Bells, how are you doing? I'm sorry about the dog in the background. You missed my new one. She'll probably come back in a bit. How's your new year going, J-Bells? That's what I didn't do. Good, thanks. Happy New Year. Yes, Happy New Year to you. I kind of had to dive back in here. Uh, decided I wanted to do a live last night. I didn't feel up to it, which ended up being a good thing because Lisa ended up going live, so I got to go over to her live. But yeah, Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Uh, been so busy. My son got out of boot camp. We went to the graduation, had an awesome time. We got to keep him until January the 2nd. He flew back. So he had us running ragged that whole time, which was fun. Expensive, but fun. And the day he left, we adopted a new dog. I don't know who is in there barking like that. It sounds like mine. He still probably doesn't want to. He's probably trying to avoid the harness. So now that the dogs have kind of settled a little bit, and trying to get back in
Need
my
help?
groove.
Go with honor, friend.
And it's pouring down raining here. We've gotten 3.5 inches in the last 2 days, and now we're supposed to get snow. It's supposed to be changing over to snow. I don't think I already have any of these class. No, I don't even think I have the. Sounds like you've been busy. What type of dog? Oh, so they had her listed as a husky mix. She doesn't exactly look like a husky. She looks like she could be a husky and shepherd mix, but I think I see a little more Doberman going on in her. Oh no, she's kind of big, and her and Lemon was scared of her at first, but now they're playing tug of war and tearing up toys together, so and wrestling and trying to tear up the house. So I guess they're I guess they're getting along just fine now.
Can I help you?
But she's
Cheer
really
up.
good. She's almost a year old. She'll be a year on the 17th, and she's got a really good personality.
What
And she doesn't
brings
bark a
you
lot.
here?
She just started
May the
growling when
eternal
they're
sun in
playing,
the sky
and Lemon's growling at her. Uh, but she's definitely a people dog. She loves to get petted, and she loves to lick you and jump on you like she's a little dog. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. You got big plans for today? I don't even have the fishing quest on this. What the heck?
Greetings. Light bless you.
Awful lot of people on right now. I wonder what server they're from. Let's see. Sarah. Oh, that's who I've been with all morning. People from that server. What the heck? So yeah. Oh, how nice! I'm just grocery shopping right now. So yeah, rock and roll. Oh, so you're listening to me while you're shopping for food. That's great. Yeah, funny thing was I was off work like all last week, and I intended on trying to do a live, but
tail.
The dogs were very uncooperative
Be
last week.
careful.
They were like, we were still trying to figure out how we were gonna, how, well, what we need to,
What
like,
else
you
in
know, put up
any
and
lucky dog can
rearrange.
you
Like,
like?
Skylar is the new dog's name, and she, like, was literally, she gets up on the dining room table. So we had to make sure that we had, like, stuff off of tables that she was getting on, and she this morning she just reached into one of the recycled trash cans all the way down to the bottom to grab a toothbrush. She didn't dump the whole thing over or anything. She just wanted to get this toothbrush that evidently Troy threw in there. I don't know. She's kind of amusing. Yeah, my daughter picked that name. Um, Usually my husband comes up with a name based on their markings, but he didn't. Nothing came to him, and her name was actually Molly, but she didn't know her name. So Samantha's like, I really want to name her Skylar. I've been saving this name up for if we ever got a girl dog. And I said, that's fine. I that name's fine. I like it. Oh, that's some red, but I need to move this. Let's see. So yeah, I was kind of before you started listening, I guess. I kind of was ranting. I don't know if ranting is really what I was doing, but I got some opinionated thoughts over the break. I kept hearing about, well, obviously we know some people who, are continually getting attacked on YouTube, but there's been some more incidences of people getting swatted and CPS being called, and I don't know. It's a shame when you think it's grown people acting like, 12-year-old teenagers. I don't need that now. Oh, I have a medallion. Really? They're going for 6 grand? Prices come back up. But maybe someday YouTube will do something about it. I mean, it's not that YouTube really needs to do anything other than the fact that they need to shut channels down. Yeah, so one of the one of the things I've been thinking about listening to, uh, oh boy, that purple does not go with this. Listening to, well, I had never listened to that Diane's channel before. Uh, Somebody told me about BBT being on there, and I went and ended up listening to it. Um, and there's been a couple of things that Diane and her co-host have talked about that kind of got me to thinking um, about the fact that um, this stuff's going on in true crime channels. It's going on in drama, evidently. It's going on in RV community. I mean, it's like all of them. And some of them it's the swatting that's going on, and some of them it's uh, they're calling CPS on people, and others it's they're like personally trying to take them down. Um, and I don't understand how if you have evidence, and some people clearly have evidence of what's happening. I mean, emails and screenshotted chats, and I mean YouTube can go back in the chats and see what people are saying. That's the whole reason that they tell you need to watch what your people are saying in your chats because their algorithm will go in there and see that they think people are spamming, and you know, they'll hide them on your channel so they can't say anything. And then people are running around going, "What in the world happened? Well, how come I can't, nobody's seeing what I'm typing on such and such's channel?" But um, I think that YouTubers, instead of attacking each other, they should be working together to get YouTube to improve some of these things. And one of the things that YouTube needs to do is have some sort of system of like serious reporting, uh, death threats, porn, um, you know, just serious stuff, and having a process for that to work. I mean, obviously they need an actual person looking at that stuff and not some algorithm computer that, you know, doesn't understand what's going on. But instead, it's like so many of these YouTubers, they want to do their thing and they want to stay separate, and and we don't want to get involved. We don't want to back this other YouTuber, even though we know that this YouTuber is, being wronged. And I think that's wrong too. I think that YouTube needs to. I think that YouTube needs to come up with some sort of method of um, blood. That looks good. Um, Separate reporting system, and them having because it's being reported separately, them being able to look at it separately and handle it, because obviously um, it's not just a few of these incidences going on. It is a lot of them going on, and it seems to be more and more. I had not heard of anybody in any of the um, channels that I follow or watch, or people that I associate with that tell me about other creators that they watch or talk to. I've never heard of anybody in those groups directly being like being swatted. I know that the swatting goes on, and I know it happens a lot in the gaming community, but I never directly interacted with anybody who had been swatted. And there is a channel that I started following through a chain of people that she has on a friend of hers that also has a channel sometimes, and I had seen him before on her channel, and I thought he seemed like, a fairly nice guy and everything. And he was swatted. Somebody swatted him while he was home with his kid, and that is just not okay. It's just really not okay. And I thought to myself, wow, it is so bad now that it has spread into the little circle of people that I follow and watch, and that's ridiculous. Um, back in the day, before like online gaming was a thing and stuff, and after the AOL chat rooms and the Yahoo chat rooms, but before the big online gaming thing started. Yes. Are you looking for something? Okay. Um, yeah, they're coming in here to wrestle. Sky, Sky, come here, come here, come here. Well, she got on camera for a minute. I agree, they're harboring an unsafe. Ho, 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 hey, hey. Oh, hang on, hang on. They were not fighting. Just to let you know, I agree they're harboring an unsafe platform. We just have an old fart that like tries to break them up from playing. He likes to think that he's the boss. They are, and And I know that a lot of people, even some big YouTubers, have moved to other platforms, and they're trying to get others to do it with them. I don't think changing platforms is really the solution. I mean, YouTube is huge. YouTube is the second largest search engine out there, so I think it would be better served if YouTube
Greetings,
would come up with a
fellows.
method of handling these problems instead of um, everybody feeling like, well, YouTube's not doing anything. I've been bullied enough. I'm just going to go to another platform because, those same people, if they really want to come after you, they're going to follow you wherever you go. So, um, and maybe, if YouTube would kind of set the precedence, the other platforms would be able to go, okay, here's a good model, or here's a model we could tweak, and so that we don't have this problem once, we get bigger. I just think that the fact that people can't act properly, necessitates the fact that
Eva?
we have to have, you know, we kind of have to have Big Brother watching over us and slapping our hand and going, "Hey, you can't do that." And YouTube needs to be like, "It's okay if we lose these creators because look at the environment that they're creating and how many people. I mean, because they're looking at ad revenue because that's where they make their money. And if people aren't watching and clicking and drama causes all those things to happen, um, the problem is YouTube needs to be the better person and go, okay, you know what, it's worth losing maybe a little bit of income to let these creators go and not um, not thinking, oh well, we can't lose. The whole reason why they don't, people have said they were going to just delete all these small channels. So the reason why we knew that wouldn't happen was because those are still clicks they're getting, those are still ads that are playing. um, just because you're not monetized doesn't mean ads don't play. Um, Ads can still play. You just don't get paid for them. You don't get a piece of the action until you're monetized. Yes, running away doesn't help, especially if you tell them where you're going. Well, right, but you have to, because if you don't tell your audience where you're going, they can't follow you. So it's definitely a catch-22 there. And I think YouTube. I think YouTube needs to be held accountable, and they need to. The problem is the creators are going to have to do that. Nobody else is going to force YouTube to,
How?
um,
Walk with the Earth Mother.
just shut these channels down, ban them. Why don't they start IP banning people? I mean, yeah, okay. Some people will still find ways around that, but everybody won't, and it would eliminate some of the problems. And at least if you start there, you know that you're cutting down on some of it, at least for some period of time. What kills me is the fact that um, it's so easy for people to get you tracked down, and people, that's, you know, when we had the whole security talk, uh, might lose signal for a bit. Okay, that's fine. Are you going somewhere? Hang on a second. Okay, sorry. Um, but yeah, eventually YouTube is going to have to do something because look at all the extra law enforcement resources that that's having to get involved, and um, unfortunately, it's so easy to track down somebody's um, location. You don't need a whole lot of information um, to uh, figure out where somebody's home address is, and that's kind of scary considering. I
Hey
mean,
there. See you
you
later.
don't know you have all these people out there all over the world, and okay, yeah, maybe some of them it'll be harder for them to get to your house to do anything to you, but it doesn't mean they can't send things to your house.
What can I do for you?
And it's crazy. And yet
Go with honor, friend.
people will have proof that, somebody called and swatted them or somebody called CPS, and YouTube's like, that's fine. No way that should be going on. That channel should be shut down. Oh, dear God. I hope everybody likes dogs wrestling and barking because they're in there playing. I mean, I don't know what the 100% solution is, but they need to start doing something. And certainly, if they start with something, they can then improve it from there. But they don't shut down channels for very much at all, honestly. Um, the fact that channels break, I mean, I do understand that, there are, some rules that, okay, they can, send you an email and say, hey, this is not allowed, don't do that anymore. But, this is over the top stuff. Calling in death threats, calling in bomb threats, calling in CPS or the police for no reason. Like you're making shit up. It's ridiculous. I mean, we have, we have the, when I was a kid, um, everybody, would be like, oh, let's get a day off school. And somebody call in a bomb threat to school. And it was like, a big joke. And somebody would do it. And everybody'd be off school. And, everybody laugh. And nothing ever, like, the law didn't do anything to the kid that did that. Just, was one of those things. But unfortunately, um, nowadays, uh, you can't allow that to happen. Um, just because of things that have gone on. So now, somebody calls in a bomb threat for a school, and like
How are you?
they're taking them down to juvie. They're
Have
getting
a
into
good
some
one.
serious trouble. They're getting expulsion from school or suspended or whatever the punishment is. Um, but yet the same thing
What
happens
are you looking for?
basically uh, with YouTube.
Be
And
careful.
these are adults doing this, not some young idiotic children most of the time doing it. And YouTube's like, we can't do anything about it. Yeah, they could. They could shut down those channels. And they could also keep them from just making new channels by having some sort of credential system. I mean, I don't know. Most of the things that you sign up for now, you do like a two-factor authentication or three-factor authentication, and it's tied to your email address and your telephone number, and of course, usually it's your cell number because a lot of people don't have home phones anymore. Um, so they have, some information on you that they could, keep you from right away making a new account. Well, we did get mail. I'm waiting for the receipts. Um, for the taxes. This is the water bill. Well, water, sewer, water and trash, not sewer. I don't know why they haven't sent that in. Our mail is so terrible here. The mail at our post office here, it's actually in the news because this service is so bad. Ridiculous. Okay, so I'm gonna go back and start stalking some mounts. I'll do. Oh, that's not the one I need to get logged into. I think I'll log in. I don't want to lose my place. I want to go in line so I don't forget anybody. Oh, I need to drink my milk. Yes, and I have apple juice I need to drink. Trying to make sure that sickness my daughter has does not spread to me. Come on, load, load, load. Okay, we're going to go to Pandaria Land so I can do some world bosses. I just happened to see, I guess the last person I was in a group with had a tune named Ho Jangle. Guess we couldn't be Bojangle, so we had to be Ho Jangle. It's a sad state of affairs. Let's see, I can go to the portal room here. Go to Pandaland. Can't believe none of these mounts have been dropping for me either. It's very crazy, I tell you. Oh, I needed to go to the portal inside the portal room. I don't know, it's going to take me forever to get used to this. It's not at all like it used to be. This room didn't even exist.
Welcome.
Let's see. If I go, no, because if I If I change my normal route, I'll forget where I'm at, I'm sure. So I don't know, YouTube, if you're out there listening, you really need to do something about these channels that promote hate and aggression and are attacking people in their personal lives, because it's just not okay. Really not okay. And unfortunately, trying to go through law enforcement takes an awful long time. An awful long time before anything happens. And so many terrible things can happen in that amount of time. That's interesting. Those dogs are being awful quiet. And yeah, I get looks like they have water, so I guess that'd be good. Wonder how often we have to change that filter. I'm going to send a text. To Samantha. Oops, I hit the wrong button. I'm flying on a kite. Let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. Oh my gosh, come on, why can't you just fast forward like, yeah. Let's go fly a kite and send it soaring. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Oh, let's see. Maybe we'll get lucky and they'll spawn quickly. And we won't have to wait 15 minutes. Boop, 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 boop. What? Hi, Lemon. How's my lemon boy? What's the other one doing? What did you do with She-Ra? Princess of the universe. Hmm? Did you get pooped it out now? Are you ready for a nap? I know, you roughhouse for a while. And then you. Take a nap, and then you do it again, and then you wake up and you do it again, and then you take a nap. I don't blame you. If I could live that life, I would. Wrestle around. Go to sleep, eat, go to the bathroom, wrestle around some more. I need to move this like this. Deadly Assassins. Oh, doesn't look like they're from my server, because they have an asterisk, but it doesn't say what server they're from. Ravencrest Ultimate, Blade's Edge, Thunderborn. Dalaran! That's where my Alliance tunes are. Oh, it's an Alliance tune. Smart. Somebody has really dressed out in that gold attire. Raba. That's a name. Equinox. Interesting guild name. Killer Bees. Curvilicious belongs to the guild called Killer Bees. Interesting. Never know what you're going to come across in this game. Oh, I guess Newt is no longer away. Somebody is a little antsy. They're throwing their mage orb out. I really want to get that hive mind. It's probably going to be it'll probably take a whole day. I wonder if there's any groups. Pre-made, custom, hive. No. Mind. I can't remember the name of that. Wanting to sell raid carry. Yeah, I'm not. It would be nice if I could get up to raiding standards in time for the last raid, but I don't know that I will. However, Tower of Duty, CTA, Mechagon. I don't know what any of that stuff is. The heck are they doing? Let's see. Back. Questing. A bunch of wanteds. Let's see. Oh, there's not really that many groups listed. There's nobody at. Oh, they made a group for island expeditions. Wonder if there's any mount groups. Oh, UNT. Mount Farm Dune Scavenger. Yeah, the hive mind. I really want to get that. I don't know, can we still get it? I wonder. Let's see if we can look it up here. Hive mind. So, guess what I should have done is claiming the hive mind requires. This amount is acquired by completing various puzzles and secrets. Right, I know. But all you need is 5 people to do it, so I guess if worse comes to worse, I could eventually get that group together. Let's see, what did we get? 28 gold, 60 silver, and 48 copper. Hardly worth the wait. I do mean hardly worth the wait.
Tell me of your travels.
Tell me of your travels. Well, I just got through being disappointed. I'm sure I'm going up here to kill the Shah and be disappointed again. I need to shift that up. Let's see. Up. See how that looks. That looks much better. right, Lemon, we hear you. Might be a squirrel. He really wants to chase the squirrels. Come on, let's land. You'd think they could make these things fly faster. Come on, let's land. We're almost there. Thank you. Thank you for the smooth flight. Please unbuckle and step safely out of the vehicle. Gosh, I wish they'd quit having this poor dead body laying here like the whole time. It is just obnoxiously large. What is this? Battlegrounds. Not doing battlegrounds. I should do a PvP time though. It's a calendar. What is next? Next week is dungeons. Oh, they're Call of the Scarab again next week after. Pet battle. And then time walking, and this time walking would be a good leveling. Draenor. I love Draenor. So it'll have to be 101 or above. Alright. I need to write this down. One 28 to 1. No, to 2, 3. Time walking. Draenor. And they have to be 101, which is kind of crazy. 101 plus. So. And let's see, on the 8th. Oh, the Lunar Festival starts on the 24th. 124. Lunar Festival. Bar crawl is the 31st. I haven't done that yet. I should probably do that. Hop into a portal at your local watering hole and join the tavern crawl. That'd be interesting. 131. Yes, I'm still live. What? Yes, I'm still live. What? Did you find him?
What's your lucky do? Good fortune to our friend.
Oh, goodness gracious. Sorry about that. Yep, it's working now. Okay, that's good. I fixed that. The dogs are having too much fun in there. Oh, there's another one. Oh, see, I got a Zandalari knee biter. Who will be sold later on. I don't know that they go for very much on this server, but I know there's a few that they do. The knee biters are good ones. Cheesy Grin Enterprises. Knights of Maine. Symbolic. That's a good name for a guild. Salty Harv is not in a guild. I wonder if I should. I'm 413, huh? Why is... There's the title. Should I change it? Captain. Liberator of Orgrimmar. That sounds good. God, look at all those dang titles. I have been a very busy bee, evidently. I don't know why we can't kill him. Let's see what my dance does. This is a troll dance. Kind of funny looking. Call to arms for tanks. Ooh, for all kinds of stuff. Heroic battle for Azeroth. Yeah, I'll probably do some leveling later. But I won't be tanking. Keep it countering not so great heals or terrible tanks. I can take the terrible tanks better when I'm DPS than I can the horrible healers when I am not DPSing and tanking instead. Oh my gosh. I never saw that pet do that before. That's a Sylvanas move. Interesting. Somebody should go skin those. They're wasting good skin. They're not even making rind out of it. I guess you can't really call it pork rind. It'd have to be dinosaur rind. Uh, 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 uh. Cheesy grin. You're riding on a pig with. Oh, that's like. That looks like the Legion. What were those called? Set. I find kind of ugly. What's it called? I'll think of it in a moment.
Browse, stop, browse.
Set.
Smell.
It is from the Legion Invasions. That's what it looks like.
Good fortune to all friends of the Grummles.
Good fortune to all friends of the Grummel. Oh, yes.
I have many, many wares.
404. I need to. I need to get some more punch cards because I have punch cards in that one.
Farewell,
I
friend
don't
of
think
the
you can take
Grummles.
them out either. I'm pretty sure they're like gems. They just get wasted. I could be wrong. But I doubt it. My husband's in there saying something, but I don't know what he's saying. These noise canceling headsets go a long way. Oh, did I get another one? A belt. Awesome sauce. I don't even remember the last time I've gotten mail. Transmogs. But I should probably go to the right flight point. I do not want to go to the Alliance.
Interesting. Be good.
Oh, we are headed to the Shadowpan Garrison. Oh boy. On that note, I am going to take a bathroom break. So I'll be right back. Yes, I saw, and yes, I'm live. There's an awful lot of fluff in that thing. Well, you knew they were going to get it out. I mean,
Well, Gizmo hid it in my room.
hid the porcupine in there? Well, another toy down the tubes. That's alright. They'll turn it into a tug of war cloth. Let's see. Hey, look, let's go over to. Okay. Run, run. It's always raining over here. Never fails. Ooh.
I am bored.
Oh my gosh, and I'm going to miss it.
Thunder.
'Cause that's him. Dang it. We're going to have a 15-minute wait. I have to go on a 15-minute tirade about something. What shall I go on a 15-minute tirade about? I could go over here and find this guy and kill him. I wonder if he's downstairs though. That I'm afraid he might be. Nope, he's not. Oh, I got a ritual stone. Nothing wrong with that. Can use those to summon the other things you have to kill for achievement. Alright, I have to get in place here so that I can see when he pops. And I'm about to sneeze, I think. Hang on. You see the knuckleheads over there wrestling? Sky, what you doing? Gosh. I think they might be going to the other room. Or Lemon might be tired. I don't know which is going to happen. He gets up in that chair so he can get a better vantage point on trying to win. You guys! I don't know why you do that high-pitched thing when you guys are wrestling. It's silly. I know, you're ready to curl up and take a nap, aren't you? Yep. Alright, let's see what we can find here on mounts that we need. Because I need to look into that one. I need to make a... Oh, I put my... Shoot. It's alright, I can use this for a piece of paper. I can, what is it? White skeletal warhorse. Okay. That's at Booty Bay. Oh, I thought that one... No, I think that's not right. Because that's the one that's very rare and hard to find. Okay. Yeah, I know where the white polar bear is. You gotta do the daily up there. I should check on my status. The hive mind. Make a list of ones that I wanna... Gosh, that one's $90,000. Well, when I get exalted. Let's see. Void Talon. It's a drop. Huh. Sharp Talon. Oh. Those are the ones you get for doing the quest with the pets. What does that cost? Oh, I know what that is. Vile Fiend. Vile. That one's a... I think that's a drop. Okay. That's also a... Yeah, the vicious. Are ones I have to do. Vibrant Manta Ray. I thought I had... I guess I don't have all those rays. Vibrant... Manta... Mana. Not Manta. Manta. Mana. Oh, I guess that's a character-based one. Because I have that on some of them, I think. Valajar Strongbox. Yeah, I haven't done any of those either. Okay, Unshackled Exalted. Under Rot Mythic. Okay. That's a dungeon one, so. Umber Knight's Error. It's Darkshore. I need to go back to doing those. I probably have more of a chance of doing those than I do the Heroic Raid. Yeah, I still haven't gotten that one. Glory of the Dragon Soul Raider, yeah. Island Expeditions. King's Rest. Time Lost Proto Drag. Yeah, it's probably a Time Lost. That's the one I'm trying to get off of this one. Dressvar. Yeah, I still haven't gotten that. That's a farmed one. Terrified. Peck. Mule. Yeah, I can't get that one to drop either. Swift. Are these all like that? Those are from Ice Crown? Swift Red Hawk Strider. I'm gonna have to look that up. Red Strider. these are all, let's see, Path Runner. Swift Breeze Strider. Oh, does it drop an actual mount now? SWI. I'm gonna have to look at that. Breeze Strider. Oh yes, that's what I need. Yeah, those are all for. Yeah, I definitely need to do the island expeditions. Let's see, island. Oh, that's what I should do. XP. I should do island expeditions on. Yeah, Solar Spire Arc. That's another one of those off the pet. Snap. I want one of those. Snapback. SCUTT. Oh, that one's new. Let's see. Skull Ripper. That's Ice Crown. Oh, Seafar's Doubloon. Freehold Mythic. Okay. Yeah. I will farm that one as much as. That's kind of sick. Saltwater Seahorse. That's doubloons, I guess. God, that one's expensive. Honor Service Medals. Okay. I need to do. I definitely need to do the island expeditions because I can level faster from 110 to 120 that way. I'm sure. Oh, I like that one. I hadn't even seen that one. 100 Exalted Reputations. Ooh, that one's a fishing one. Pond Nettle. I can do that. Pond. That one's another hard one to get. Soulsar. Yeah, that one never seems to want to drop for me either. And that one's going away. I need to go back and farm that one after I get some of these other ones. Megadome. Engineering. Little donkey. There's still a lot of these I don't have. That one still won't drop for me either. It should be coming soon. Hope. So I started a little bit of a list. Yes. Oh, and he's falling right on me and squishing me to death. Why did I receive a primal egg? I don't want a primal egg out of there. I think I have all the ones from the primal egg. Oh my gosh. It's upsetting. Okay. Five, four, three, two, one, go. I would like surveillance footage released. Police looking to ID 4 men wanted for a shooting and attempted carjacking in North City. Guess we're really going for it this year because we had seven shooting deaths the first 2 days of the year. More than that was shot, but 7 people died. Do 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 do. Oh yeah, I need to go to. Got Pappy. Oh, guess lots of people got on the guild. Oh, Carol Lucy. Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? Oh, I need to go down this way. Just trying to do some outruns. Been on a couple of tangents here today. Let's see.
Oh, hello.
Try that one. Long time no see, honey. Not been that great, but I'm struggling to get back up there, hon. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I when we went to go get my son from boot camp, and his graduation was awesome, and we had a great time in San Diego. We actually had him until January 2nd, so that's where I've been. He just, he had 3 months of not being able to do anything and eating crappy food, and so even though he had to do recruiter's assistance, which meant he was working during the day, I was working during the day, but then we were going out at night and stuff, so it's where I've been. That, and I got a new vehicle, and I got a new dog, so been very busy. But I figured I needed to do a live and kind of start getting back in the swing of things. As I wasn't even able to listen to YouTube. It was crazy. I was off all last week. I tried to stay up late enough one of the nights to catch Carolyn, and I couldn't even do that. However, I think, well, Maria's a little bit under the weather right now, but as soon as she's better, we're going to. Well, we have a trip planned for April. We're going to an overnight ghost hunting thing at the Missouri State Penitentiary, and then they have regular tours, so we're going to do a regular tour so we kind of have an idea of like things we might want to go explore while we're there on the overnight. So we'll probably be doing that hopefully within the next couple weeks. Wouldn't you love to be able to fly like that? Scenery's fab. I know, and this particular the in this particular expansion, oh my gosh, the scenery was so just great. I loved it. The newer areas are, like deserty and kind of drab, more drab, except for there's one place that's like a shipping area. It's a little more green and there's ships and um, pirate stuff, and it's kind of neat. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, we kind of figured we would go and do a normal tour. We could take our kids that way, and 'cause the overnight thing's pretty expensive, and so we just got tickets for the both of us, and we're gonna we're gonna go and film and I'm hoping when we do the overnight I'll be able to do some sort of live from there if I have decent reception, maybe, and film the rest of it and put together some sort of video. Yeah, we're pretty excited though. It should be interesting anyway. Why that person over there is having some sort of seizure with their mount. Yes, that would be fab. Yeah, that's our goal. We're gonna try to. I'm quite sad that Jeff is gone. He was kind of jealous that we got tickets to go to that, and some say, well, I guess he will be able to see us the whole time. So, but yeah, that whole thing was very sad. I wonder what this sword is they have. Inspect the dread blades. Oh my God, I couldn't believe it, Kim. So sad. I know. I was so stunned. I'm stunned is really the only way I can describe it. We had been emailing back and forth for a couple weeks about getting together and doing some trips. And um, I had told him about when we got those tickets for that overnight thing, and he told me he was really jealous. And then like I hadn't heard from him, and I thought, well, and then Carolyn was saying he was having some health issues, and I thought, okay, well, that explains why he hasn't been talking. And then like he was getting biopsy, and then boom, he was gone, and I was like, holy cow. I'm still in shock, to be honest. I haven't. I know. Yeah, I actually, I was like, I had messaged Maria, and I was like, did you hear about Jeff? And she's like, no. Jeff who? And I was like, random guy Jeff. And she's like, no. And I told her, and she was like, oh my gosh. I loved him. He was so down to earth and said it as it is. Poor guy. I know. I did too. He was a really fun guy. I really liked him. But obviously he, had been sick for quite some time, and we just didn't know the extent of it. He was a huge personality. His stories were fab. Yeah. Yeah, he lived at large, didn't he? He did some crazy things. But he has a lot of people that are going to remember him, so today must be the day for gear because I can't use that, but he didn't know either, poor fella. Well, yeah, he thought it was something else, but I mean, I know a lot of people put off, going to see a doctor over stuff, and then, sometimes you just don't realize how
Greetings.
bad it can really be when you think it's just, like I know he thought he was just having problems with his back stuff,
May your day
but it's a shame. I'll defo never forget him. Rest in peace, buddy. Yep. Yeah, I don't think any of us will ever forget him. I think the last time I heard him on a live was on Diane's channel when he was like getting into it with BBT. That was that was quite interesting. I really felt bad for poor Carolyn having to tell everybody what happened because I think she was still in shock when she was telling everybody. Yeah, same here, hon. That was hilarious. I know, right? Like, just call her out on her BS and, like, see her be stuck like a deer in headlights.
Your rage gives you strength.
And now I'm going to have to wait because he just popped and they're going to kill him as I'm landing. Oh my gosh. Darn the luck today. Well, I'm glad I'm making you laugh, Carol Lucy. What are you sorry for? There's nothing to be sorry about. Did you go misbehave somewhere? Is that what you're telling me you're sorry for? I think the dogs are. You're not. Oh, no, that's okay. No, it wasn't your fault. It's just timing. That's all it is. Timing. Trying to get mounts and I'm getting gear. Well, at least two of the pieces on the other character was something I can use for transmog, but I have been farming these mounts for, well, when did Mists come out? 2, 4, 6, I don't know, 6 or 8 years ago. And they still won't drop. It's ridiculous. I don't mind being distracted anyway. The dogs have been distracting me all morning. Lemon's curled up in my lap. Gizmo is off to the side. And my new one, I don't know where she's at because she's usually up here jumping on me. Did you follow Daniel Grove's trial, Kim? Such a sad case. Well, actually, it's funny you should mention that. So, this week, yesterday, I finally got caught up on listening to all of Carolyn's lives. Because, the reason why I hadn't been on was because my son graduating from boot camp. And because he was home until the 2nd of January, like, I spent all my time with him. And so I wasn't even listening to YouTube stuff. I was just sporadically catching things, or somebody would tell me, like message me in Discord and say, "Hey, did you know this was going on?" And uh, so I heard Carolyn talking about that case, and I was like, "Oh, Maria, we have to listen to this case." And she goes, "Oh, okay." So she started listening to it, but I was bound and determined to get caught up on Carolyn's lives. So I didn't start listening to the court case until yesterday, and I'm almost halfway through it. But yeah, I'm definitely glad that, oh, sorry, that they were both convicted on the murder charges. That's just inexcusable. It's also YouTube can wear you out. See, I listen to YouTube all day while I'm at work, and I like listening to the case stuff. So listening to Carolyn while I'm at work is like the perfect thing. So I listen to her lives like from the previous night when I get to work, and then whatever case I'm listening to, I listen to for the rest of the day. But like last week, I wasn't even at work. I had, my son was getting ready to leave and all kinds of stuff going on, and yes, that's what I'm listening to it on, and Law and Crime. So I haven't gotten to the part where like she and he testify, or she testifies yet. I am still like CPS people. This I think the CPS caseworker I think is who I'm on right now. CPS totally dropped the ball on that one. Like the hospital didn't even want to do that and let the child go home with them, and CPS was wanting to. I'm sorry, CPS completely dropped the ball on that. And they really need to change their practices for drug addicted babies. I know that they like to reunify babies with their parents, but if you have a drug addicted baby of a married couple who both have issues with drugs and they're living in the same household, you should not release that baby to them until certain things have happened. Oh, wait for it. The mother on the stand. You'll be shocked. I'm sure. Um, I Maria and I may end up talking about that next weekend. Um, I'm gonna start. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to do a live every Saturday, and at least I'll do a live in the morning that is case talk. So whatever, I'll talk about true crime stuff. I'm actually that's why I want to get more of the people into Discord because I want to put up a schedule that I can alter, a tentative schedule of here's my plan. But obviously, if I'm not available at that time on that day, I'm not going to be able to do the live then. But I want to have some sort of kind of set thing so that people that want to watch me play the game and just relax and listen to me BS, they know what days to come on or keep an eye out for me because it's like the notifications just suck. I'm not even getting notifications for people. Yeah, Maria and I, as soon as I finish listening to the case, um, I'm hoping she's free next Saturday morning, and we'll do a talk about it because, yeah, it's just ridiculous. Something. I mean, yes, they need to go to jail, and yes, even if he's not the one that killed the baby, obviously he caused it to be able to happen, and putting their putting his son up to giving him urine for urine I mean, just if they're doing that to a 12-year-old child, like they certainly didn't need to have that. Well, you should get on that disc. You are on the Discord. You just need to look at it every so often. As a matter of fact, last night Lisa was like, "I keep looking for you on there," and um, I I haven't seen you in the chat channel. I'm like, yeah, I haven't been in the chat channel, but like I always have uh, I always have Discord available. It messages me like on my phone and stuff. So yeah, I can only imagine what them on the stand is. I can't believe that. Um, See, to me, if he was really remorseful, and I mean, and I'm saying this not knowing what he said on the stand, if he was really remorseful, uh, when he finally, said what happened and where the baby was located, he should have been, like beating himself up, like, oh, I should have never, let her around him. Like I don't feel like I don't feel like the remorse he is showing is enough for me to feel sympathetic towards him. I think he feels bad. I don't think that he intended for that to happen. I think that it's quite possible that she kind of controlled the situation there, but I don't know. When you're a parent, like you do what's in the best interest of your child. You don't there was an interesting interesting image that I came across on Facebook last night. I think I saved it on my phone. Let me see if I can. I sure hope that that was somebody passing gas. um, Close. Okay, so So it's funny. Oh, I gotta kill this before I get too distracted. Good morning, Mrs. Roger Rabbit. See, I was trying to come on early because Lisa said she wouldn't be able to come on if I did it later, and she said she was going to watch for me, and I bet she didn't get a notification. But I'll read you this thing that I found after I kill this.
Bring your rage to bear. Try to strike.
20 gold, 33 silver, and 8 copper. Well, that's hardly enough to pay for a repair. Yes, he feels bad he lost his teenage son, but not poor little baby. You know, I don't know. I want to finish watching the trial before I say too much.
Many greetings.
Because I don't want to. That's leather. I don't need to do that.
May
I don't want to sound like a complete idiot. But here's my thought process on this, right? So, I found this image last night because my son's in the Marines, so I'm in these Marine mom groups, and here's what the image looks like, right? Okay, so it says you might be a Marine mom if your phone is with you 24/7 and you'll do anything to answer it. The national anthem brings tears to your eyes. You're so proud but scared at the same time. 2 words bring you so much relief. I'm okay. You keep the post office in business and you stalk your mail carrier. You would hunt down any terrorist that dare harm your Marine. You tell everyone your child is a Marine. The last time you had a good night's sleep was when your Marine was home. You know you raised one of America's best. Okay, so that to me is quite the epitome of how a parent should be with their child. Um, and quite honestly, I can't say that I, when they're born in the hospital and you see them for the first time, like those instincts, they come out in you. Like my daughter, when I had her, she did not want to eat. They would come in, we tried to feed her a bottle, and the whole first day she didn't want to eat anything. She would, just stick her tongue out, and all the formula would leak out, and she just wasn't interested. And when the pediatrician came in the next morning, I told her about it. She looked at the thing and she says, "Oh, don't worry about it, because when she's hungry, she'll eat. She's probably just still full from, you feeding her." And I said, "Okay." And this nurse came in. And this nurse came in before my husband had gotten there, and she came in and she was like, mind you, I had a C-section, so I still, like, I couldn't get up out of bed like a normal person. And um, and she grabs my daughter and the formula, and she's like trying to force feed her. And I kept telling her to stop, and she kept saying she needs to eat. And so finally, I just let her be. And of course, my daughter won, and she finally put her down and she left. Well, right after she left and walked down the hall, my husband came in the door, and I told him, I said, before you do anything, I need you to go back down to that nurse's station, and you need to tell them whoever was just in here better never step foot back in this room, because if she does, I'm going to kill her and throw her out that window. I mean, I hadn't even had time to bond with my little girl, and I'm already like wanting to kill somebody because, like they're being stupid with her. And, it's just supposed to be your instinct when you have kids. This is Roger Rabbit. For most of us, they do. I still turn into Mama Lion when daughter's upset. She's 32. Carol Lucy, I wonder if the baby was even his. She's a junkie. Maybe she slept with some dealer for drugs. God only knows. She must have hated that poor little fellow. Carol Lucy, I simply can't fathom it. Okay, so, right. That is one of the things that Maria and I tumbled around as an idea. The fact that, like when you're desperate for drugs, you'll do anything. I have an in-law family member that, her husband used to sell her for drugs. So it's entirely possible that the child wasn't really his. But so far, I haven't seen anything in the trial that, states that they did a paternity test and the baby's not his. Yeah, you do protect him with your life. I mean, you yeah, you don't want anything to happen to them. And the fact that there are so many people that are very heartless with their kids. I mean, I understand if you have some sort of mental disorder that causes, like some of these women that think God's telling them that, like the world is terrible and the only way, to keep your kids safe is send them to heaven. I mean, it's as messed up as that is. That's at least still them trying to protect their kids. These people who absolutely don't give a shit about their kids, I don't understand. Uh, Mrs. Roger Rabbit, that is a valid idea. I was treated very differently from my siblings. My nickname was the little bastard. It was all my fault. My mother couldn't keep her legs together, apparently. Yeah, that's terrible. But on the same token, uh, I was always told that, if my mom hadn't been pregnant with me, her and my father wouldn't have gotten married because obviously she got pregnant with me before they got married. And so when I was young, like every fight they had, I thought it was my fault because, like they wouldn't be together if they hadn't had me. So when you're a kid, you don't know what the hell's going on. You don't understand that that's not really what they mean to portray to you. But, you're pretty simplistic when you're a kid and you're thinking. The part that really gets me, though, is the fact that he had his son giving him urine to fake the urine tests. I mean, who involves their child in I mean, I have heard of a lot of people, you know, trying to fool those tests and everything. And that's the first time I've ever heard of anybody involving their own child. Carol Lucy. She appears to show emotion and love for her other son. That's what made me wonder if baby was someone else's. Still no excuse. A vile, cold-hearted monster of mother. Yeah, if the baby was somebody else's and you did not want the baby, let somebody else adopt the baby. Let the foster mother, the lady that was, fostering the baby, wanted to foster the baby, like, let her take care of the baby. If you don't want the baby, you don't have to have it in your house. Mrs. Roger Rabbit, I've been told many times I would have been smothered under the corner of the mattress if I had been born 10 years earlier. Some women are very ugly. I can't imagine what. I can't imagine what that poor baby endured. Mrs. Roger Rabbit, seriously, I hear you, sister. Yeah. Um, and that's terrible. And that's terrible that you have to hear that. It's terrible that you might even have to think that. I don't know. I do not understand mothers that have no emotion whatsoever towards their kids. I don't understand it. It is, it is, it is an instinctual thing. I mean, we're animals, and every animal who procreates, like in the mammal family, like they they have that instinct to care for their young. And it's like ridiculous. This world has gotten so. And she wonders why I want nothing to do with her. Yeah, I mean, she probably. Well, I mean, I guess she could be messed up enough to not think about the fact that that's like terrible. Um, but she shouldn't wonder. Carol Lucy, I agree, Kim. I just don't get it. Yeah, I don't either. But I still think if CPS had better protocol for drug addicted babies, that would have never happened. Just would have never happened. Like there should be better, stricter rules on letting babies who are drug addicted go back to the home where either drug addicted parent is without having all these things in place. And then the the caseworker, instead of just trusting them, like following up with the doctor that they're supposed to be taking the baby to, or the therapist that the child's supposed to go to, or whatever. It made me, Mrs. Roger Rabbit, it made me who I am at Carol Lucy. She has to live with her actions. I'm living my best life without her, Carol Lucy. She doesn't deserve you, Mrs. Roger Rabbit. That's right. That's why we have Mrs. Roger Rabbit. That's why. See, because we appreciate her. And we love her dearly. If we ever ran into her mom in the store, we'd smack her down. Oh, did I just say that out loud? The excuse they use is there are not enough foster homes to place all the drug addicted. The problem is they did have a foster home for this baby. That can't even be an excuse. This foster mom wanted to take care of this baby and didn't want them to send the baby back to these people. That's that and that just makes things worse. You can try to use that excuse all you want, but when the child actually had a foster home, ridiculous. Carol Lucy, we love you dearly, Mrs. Roger. Yes, we would, Kim. LOL. Mrs. Roger, my husband says he's going to punch her in the face if he ever meets her. LOL. I told him he is better than that. Yeah, but I'm not. Well, I'd give her a piece of my mind anyway. She wouldn't be worth going to jail over. The foster mother was heartbroken. I know, how could you not be? I mean, like, and her hands were completely tied. There was nothing she could do to stop them from giving the baby. Mrs. Roger Rabbit, love y'all too. Oh, of course we love you. Yeah. Carol Lucy, me either, Kim. You know, it really. I watch Investigation Discovery a lot. I record like every show that is on that channel, and I watch it. I watch them. And yeah, they do some of the programs, they kind of overlap the same story sometimes. But one of the things that gets me is there is such a disregard for human life. It's one thing when somebody is actually attacking you, or you're an abused spouse, or, you know, girlfriend or boyfriend, and you feel like your only way out, or you're having to defend yourself, and you take somebody else's life. And generally those people show remorse. Uh but these people, like, okay, I want some money. I'm just going to, I'm going to have my wife killed. I'm going to have my husband killed, or You know, human life should be worth more than that to everybody. It's ridiculous. He had Mrs. Roger Rabbit. He had a good foster mom too. That's why the father's absolutely guilty. He's the one who fought to get the baby right, and he fought to get the baby under false pretenses. Carol Lucy, she will die a very lonely woman, Mrs. Roger Rabbit. Yes, she will, Carol Lucy. Yeah, I'm hoping that Maria will be free next weekend so we can talk about that case because I'll have the trial finished and I'm gonna tell you that one prosecution lady, she has got way too much eye makeup on. I mean, I like her and all, but man, she's like, this is not the 80s anymore. It seems like this one's taking an awful long time to spawn. What the hell's going on here? Well, there's more people getting here, so. Carol Lucy, what is the matter with them? I don't get it. Do they not even worry about their conscience? Never mind getting caught. I Some of it genuinely is they think they're smarter than everybody else. But you know, it's kind of like those people that think that they're right and everybody else is wrong. Typically, the minority isn't the correct answer. Typically, the majority, you know, if the majority of people think something is wrong, it generally is wrong. Um, so if you're the only one that thinks you're more intelligent than everybody else, you probably should, check yourself because 38 gold. Uh, yeah, you probably have a few screws loose there because there is always somebody out there who is smarter than you. It doesn't matter how smart you are. There's always somebody out there that is smarter or better at whatever you do. Um, and part of that should keep you humble. I mean, you should just realize that that's just life and it should help keep you humble, but obviously it doesn't. These people like Mark Severs. He's so, which is another one I'm sure that we're going to end up talking about. He so thought he was going to get away with that. I mean, really, he left himself so linked to this situation. It's ridiculous. Defo. I keep asking my husband what is wrong with people. The things we knew were wrong seem to be fine or excusable these days. Do you know you'd posted with your other name? I mean, not that I care. You might. So many babies getting murdered. It's terrifying. I know. I know. And okay, so this is going to get a little religious slash political, but it is my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. Um, so one of the things that just Maria and I even have been talking about this, particularly since this case and the last baby case we had that we followed. It doesn't make any sense that if if somebody murders a pregnant woman and the pregnant woman wants the baby, right? Like the pregnant woman is not trying to have an abortion or anything. Um, that is considered a double homicide when she's murdered. But yet, that same woman can choose to kill that same baby. That would be considered a murder if the mother was murdered. in one hand, it's considered a life, and the other hand, it isn't. How is that possible? And how does that even make any sense? I think that's part of the problem. I think that's part of why people do not see babies as human beings. I think that
Oh,
because
hello.
so many babies
Travel safe.
um, are aborted every year, I think that it has numbed um, some people anyway to the fact that regardless of whether or not you planned on having that baby or wanted that baby, uh, it's still a human life. And you shouldn't take that human life without, well, you shouldn't take it, but obviously there are times that you might not be given a choice. Um, and I think that that causes a lot of confusion in people. Now, everybody knows I'm Catholic, um, and there's a theory among Catholic theologians about what started this vicious cycle and the breakdown of the family and the disregard for babies and children. And I won't go into that right now, but um, it's pretty spot on. It's pretty spot on, and I think that we have to get back to the point where we realize people are people and human beings are human beings. I mean, science even tells us that, you know, at the moment of conception, you have every bit of DNA you're ever going to have. So you have everything that's you. And the fact that you have people, deciding that that's not the case, that's not a human being until this happens, until this happens, until this happens, or, we're trying to change science altogether in that, okay, I was born with this Y chromosome, or I was not born with this Y chromosome, but I want to identify as, the opposite sex. Like, I understand trying to not discriminate against people, but uh, you can't um, you can't just say everything is okay because then you run into all these problems. Um, okay, so Carol Lou said agreed, Kim spot on. Carol Lou said in rape or incest cases I struggle, Kim. Well, Carol Lucy, I would encourage you. Uh, okay, so there's a couple of things I can say. One is if you believe in God, and I don't know if you do, and you don't have to tell me if you do or don't. If you believe in God and you believe that God is all good and that God is perfect and doesn't, make mistakes, then the fact that life happened, there's a reason for that. The second thing I would suggest is um, you should look up some stories of people. Well, there are two sides. So there's a lot of articles I've seen where mothers have told why when they were raped that they had the baby, and not only had the baby but kept the baby, didn't give the baby up for adoption. On the flip side, there's articles out there from children who were conceived in those incidences, and what they've done with their life, and how they're really glad that their mom didn't decide to have an abortion. I think you should look up some of those stories, and I think it might give you a little better perspective. Um, for me, at the end of the day, I don't think that God creates trash. So I think that everything He creates has a purpose, and so there's a reason why that person was conceived. And I hate to think that so many cures for things are not here because people made choices contrary to um, the creation of that child. You're welcome. You're welcome. I I mean, my daughter right now, we've raised her Catholic, and she actually belongs to a teenage pro-life group, and she's struggling with the fact that even though she would never do that, why should it not be okay for somebody to be able to choose that? And she's in that questioning stage of her life, and I think at the end of the day, I mean, as somebody who went through all those questions and who did a lot of research and a lot of reading and um, typically tries to think logically, um, I don't think we ever have the right to take a life. Um, for those who believe in God and follow the Bible, killing another human being is never okay. You might not, there might be justifications. It's still not okay. It's still not okay. I mean, there are things you're going to have to live with because you did that. Um, but the fact that we extinguish the most innocent of people, babies, and what for what reason? Because we don't think we're gonna do a good job of raising them. We're not financially set enough to take care of them. We don't want children. Well, let's face it. We all know what causes babies to happen. Um, you could keep that from happening. I mean, Mrs. Roger Rabbit, my husband's mother was raped. She adopted the baby to a family friend. She wondered about her daughter the rest of her life. We have met her, and she had a wonderful life, thankfully. Carol Lucy, that's fab. Mrs. Roger Rabbit, his sister on his father's side was put up for adoption because she was already married, and the husband insisted she go. His dad never knew about her. Carol Lucy, wow, Mrs. Roger Rabbit. Mrs. Roger Rabbit, you really need to write a book, or 5, or 10. Like, seriously. Mrs. Roger Rabbit, he went from having one brother to having 2 sisters, a brother. In the last couple of years, DNA is full of surprises. That's true. Very true. That's also another problem. Like, uh, all this in vitro fertilization and sperm donors, and you know, it's very possible that people are going to have to start doing DNA tests before they get married, because like there's been couples who like got married and found out they were siblings, but they didn't know because they weren't raised together. I mean, it's bad enough when like you have people running around putting notches in their bedpost, but now it's happening on a much larger scale. My life and my family history is interesting, apparently. Yeah, yeah, it is. I wonder if my daughter has cleaned up her room yet. Golly, why is this taking so long? Oh, I should probably maybe fish in there. Will it let me fish in there? There we go. Isn't that pretty funny? Even he uses my Pippy bobber. I don't know where you get these. I gotta figure out where these come from. I need to start adding content. Maybe I won't keep getting logged off if I do. LOL. We could just always have story hour on my channel with Mrs. Roger Rabbit. You could just tell one small story over a period of time. I keep telling her to do something with her channel. She just hasn't done it yet. What's he got? A warrior. I just subbed. You have to now. We'll avoid the rabbit skinning conversation, though. That one makes therapist ball. Finally! And I probably won't get anything but 2 gold. 94 gold. Well, at least I whined enough about the gold that it gave me some more gold. 30 gold was getting about old. LOL, my daughter wants me to make how to feed my mama videos. What? How to feed your mama? What is that? Is that some kind of... Gotta go, girls. Lovely catching up with you. Bye, Carol Lucy. Thank you for coming by.
Tell me of your
I'm
travels.
probably going to end the live soon. Anyway, let's see. I've been on for quite a while.
Farewell.
Ooh, 3 hours and 10 minutes. That's long enough. Mrs. Roger Rabbit, are you able to get into Discord? Because I'm in there right now in voice. I can move up to the normal channel, not in the live channel. I have so many things I can't eat. She thinks I should share my safe sites. I gotcha. That's probably not a bad idea. I'm hoping you can get into Discord because I'm going to end this live. Since it's been over 3 hours. I'm not waiting for Lisa any longer. Lisa, I tried to wait for you. I started in the morning. It is now afternoon. You're just going to have to watch this on replay and maybe join us in Discord. Alright, so for everybody who has not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. If you enjoyed this, you can hit the thumbs up. If not, feel free to hit the thumbs down. I prefer you hit the thumbs up, but you know, you do whatever you feel like. And happy 2020, and we'll catch you next time. See ya!